YAWA is brought to you by ChangeCars. ChangeCars is SA's safest online platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
You ask, we answer, and we truly do love answering. Am I right, Nikki?
100% we do.
Super excited. 10 questions, 3 buying, 3 selling, and 4 of our favorite general topics. What are we going to start with? Buying?
Yeah, start with buying.
Got an exceptional question from Siobhan. For me, it's very, very simple, but there's something interesting that I want to know. For me, it's so simple. For you, I think it is simple. Why, in a positive way, is a question being asked. 2016 Golf 7 with 96,000 kilos GTI, maintenance plan for another 18,000 kilos, or 2017 Golf 7.5, 150,000 kilos, no maintenance plan, same price. Which one?
2016 for me. Definitely 2016.
So let's break it down into a couple of things. Golf 7 versus Golf 7.5. In an absolute ideal world, purely like for like, which is better?
7.5.
Okay. Share with us the differences. It's only half a difference.
So the main differences is you get proper LED headlamps up front.
Right.
Your dynamic indicators at the back, different style.
Right.
Then in terms of the interior, depending on which one you pick, you get a digital instrument cluster, a bigger touchscreen infotainment system, and yeah, that's about different wheels, but that's about it.
Fair enough. So I said in an ideal world. For me, the ideal world is where I've got peace of mind and I know I'm not going to have any problems.
Yeah.
96,000 kilos, old spec, i.e. 7, versus 50% more mileage, 7.5, already no go.
Yeah.
Now you've got a maintenance plan. What is it about a maintenance plan for you that gives you the peace of mind? We've touched on it before.
You know that if something were to go wrong, you're not taking anything out of your pocket.
Correct. So a VW maintenance plan, an Audi freeway plan, we talk about the Audi group, or the VW group, so to speak.
Yeah.
It covers everything. So if I've got a maintenance plan or a motor plan on my BMW, it's the service items that are covered, but something breaks, the gearbox, the engine, the turbo, I've got that peace of mind. Siobhan, thank you for the easiest question. Congratulations on your Golf 7. It ain't old spec. It's a beautiful, successful car. And I'm honest with you, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference if I was parked next to them. That's how much I know. Next question is interesting. The budget is $315,000 because Mandy has identified 2 cars, the same price. One, a brand new Suzuki Fronx GL.
Okay.
How much do we like a Suzuki Fronx?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But I love something a little bit more. 2021 Mitsubishi Eclipse with 56,000 kilos. So we're talking about a 4-year-old car, 56,000 kilos versus a superb brand new Suzuki Fronx. Which one are you going for?
It's a bit of tough side. Well, for even on me personally, definitely I'd look at the Suzuki Fronx.
Okay.
Brand new. So that's peace of mind again, brand new. But then also the Mitsubishi is a very good vehicle. Like it's pound for pound, it's a much better vehicle. I think the only thing that will play in your mind is how old it is. And then you start looking at your service and your warranty, all this type of thing. But if that's covered, go with the Mitsubishi.
So anybody who follows the show will know I love the Suzuki brand. What is there not to love? But Mitsubishi, and we haven't spoken about Mitsubishi enough. 315,000 Rand is a very decent budget, but it's not a huge budget. If you look at a Mitsubishi Eclipse 2021 inside and you compare it to the Suzuki Fronx, you're not comparing apples with apples.
Not at all. It's a class above.
Engine-wise, again, I won't say I knew about it, but I learned about it. Which engine has the Suzuki got? 1500?
It's a 1.5, yeah.
Normally aspirated.
Mainly it's aspirated, yeah.
77 kilowatts?
77 kilowatts, and yeah. Yes, you're right.
And the Mitsubishi?
You're catching me off guard now. I'm not sure of Mitsubishi. I think it should be a 1.5 turbo.
Correct. 1.5, but literally the proverbial is turbo.
Oh, that sounds right.
You take the 210 kilowatts versus 77 at high altitude, you can't compare.
Mitsubishi.
So now to Mandy, here's a typical case of whichever one you go for, I promise you is the right choice. My recommendation, go drive both. Go look at both. Go sit in both. See which one appeals to you more. A Mitsubishi with 56,000 kilos, which is bulletproof. How much trouble is that car going to give you?
Zero. 50,000 on a Mitsubishi. It's like the car just went to its first service.
Correct. Hopefully they did a few before that. A Suzuki that is brand new, absolute peace of mind on both. Go look at them and you decide. 51.49 for you, Suzuki?
This case, yes, Suzuki.
51-49 for me, Mitsubishi. Arsenal, Liverpool, a rare draw. Normally we work them. Today, it's a draw. This is a really feel-good question. Dominique, a gentleman. I'm always interested when a name is male and female, like Vicky or Jackie or
Nikki.
Oh, Nikki. Yeah, perfect. Michael, I'm a male. We know it. He's got a budget of 1.2 million rand. That is a superb budget. And he's not looking for an everyday car. He's looking for a weekend car, one Proviso. He must be able to use it. Now, let's think about that statement. If you've got a budget of 5-6 million rand, 7 million rand, you buy a Ferrari, you buy a Lamborghini, you buy a McLaren. The term use it, you've got to keep those mileages low. Can you drive a Ferrari for 300 kilos every weekend and not devalue it?
No.
Okay, so now you've got a budget of 1.2 million rand, a car that you can use every weekend. That's got to turn heads. That's a lot of money. You're buying something secondhand. What are your options there? For me, there's a couple.
Secondhand, I was thinking of brand new.
Okay, interesting.
Ken likes to get something brand new.
Okay,
I don't mind. Ford Mustang.
And with that, Nikki is disqualified. Iki had said Mustang. Of course, it would have been different.
Okay.
We agreed last time that
It's
it's
a
the Mustang.
And I actually said that in my review. I'm actually going to post it up today. Just want to see the comments and we'll see what people say with regards to that.
But jokes aside, that new Mustang, you said it's absolutely magnificent. What does that cost?
Just 1.2. So plays around 1.2.
So it's interesting how different perspectives are. I'm honest, I didn't even think of brand new. I was only thinking secondhand. So my options were Aston Martin.
Ooh.
Porsche. Like when I say Porsche Boxster, correct.
Yeah.
Absolute unbelievable car. So the Aston Martin, in your opinion, what you know about them, an Aston Martin Vantage, can you drive that car easily on a weekend with absolute peace of mind, or are you nervous to put mileage on that?
I personally, I'm nervous to put mileage on Aston Martin. I'd think twice. Aston Martin, yeah.
Correct. Over the years, I've looked at many Aston Martins, and one thing that has always struck me, the leather on the cars does not seem to wear well. Okay. Porsche, the exact opposite. Porsche Boxster, one more. What am I throwing in? That you can drive on the weekends, will turn heads, and you'll send it for its annual service, and you'll think you're servicing a Toyota or a Suzuki.
Lexus.
Nice choice. I didn't think of that.
There's the name is not coming to head. There's the Lexus. It's a V8 as well. There's the convertible 2-door one. I'll put on the screen that Lexus. I just forgot the name, but that Lexus.
Is it the NFA or something, or LXA or something?
No,
like that?
There's a Lexus LFA. Yeah, that's something else. That's Lamborghini Ferrari territory. There's this one that I'm thinking of. Just forgot the name, but you should be seeing it on the screen.
Awesome.
Definitely that.
So for me, Audi R8 Gen 1 can be the V8. It can be the V10. Today, a 2010 V10, so that is the Mania of the Audi R8, with 40,000 kilos. It will cost you under 10,000 a year to service. How much?
1.2.
Now again, remember, there's never a right or wrong answer. And we've seen on YAWA what we love. People will come back and say, why not? Why not? It's never a case of why not. We can't suggest every car. We can't go and suggest 20. But for me, a Porsche that you'll buy from a Porsche center has still got the Porsche plan, or an Audi R8. Remember as well, if you buy a 2010, 2012, it might just be out of motor plan because you could have done it to 12 years. So it will just be out of motor plan. But to service that car, 10,000 Rand. Go sit in an Audi R8, either the V8 or V10, start it up and tell me that doesn't give you goosebumps.
Which one do you love the most?
Of the V8 or V10? Interesting, both. And again, that's not sitting on the fence. They've got different dynamics.
Okay.
So people always think, oh, you've got to go for the V10, but the V8 is much more drivable. The V10's harsh. Well, that's my feeling. The V10 feels like a supercar. The V8 feels like a high-performance sports car Grand Tourer. Both work. They're one Proviso, the lowest kilos. Dominique, Focus, no Ford, possibly a Mustang, but I think you're going Audi R8 or Porsche Boxster. Amazing. Can we settle on that?
Yeah, on R8, yeah. On the Audi, yeah, definitely we can settle on that.
A little bit of arm twisting, that's all it took.
Looking for a vehicle warranty? Look no further. ChangeCars has partnered with VAPS SA, proudly powered by King Price Insurance. ChangeCars, the brand the public trusts with good reason.
Now we move on to selling, and often you think if you ask a selling question, you should encourage the person to sell. Anyone who follows the show will notice quite often that we encourage people to keep the car. Why? Allow us to explain. Car's fully paid off. It's not giving problems. It's still getting the job done. It's relatively modern. It's got ABS. It's got airbags. So where am I going with this? Sealant 2013 Daihatsu Terios with 77,000 kilos. One owner since new. Do you remember the brand Daihatsu or not really?
No, I do.
What do you know about Daihatsu?
Not much.
So when I think of Daihatsu, I think of early Suzukis. Whatever Suzuki's done now, Daihatsu could have done. 2013 1.5 Terios. What is the kilowatts on that car?
Kilowatts, probably looking around just under 80. 80 kilowatts.
Exactly the same as a Suzuki Fronx, 77.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To the number. What is a car like that worth, in your opinion, should he sell it?
100.
Correct. 100, 110, 120,000, somewhere there, just depending on who wants to buy it. What do you replace that car with that's under 300,000 Rand and you're going forward?
Suzuki.
100%. But it's going to cost you another 200,000 Rand.
Yes.
So now if you go onto the website, because let me tell you, Sealant, we're going to tell you to keep your car. Go onto the ChangeCars website, put in Terios. You'll see a vehicle being sold by Koos and Mike. What an incredible value for money car. Similar mileage, 140,000 Rand is what they're selling it for. Remember, the garage gives you a warranty.
Yeah.
They can offer you finance. They can do trade-ins, etc. For 140,000 Rand, Japanese, nice performance, small car that you can take off-road. Why would you sell that?
No reason to sell, because even to replace it, you won't get something like that for that amount of money.
So hopefully we made your mouth water. And Sealant, you're going to keep yours. But if you want one, go to Koos and Mike. And Sealant, remember, when you want to sell it, I want to buy it. Now, Dominique, who was in the first part, we might change our answer. 2007 Maserati Quattroporte, 294 kilowatts, under 100,000 kilos. What would you imagine the seller's been offered? Potential seller.
So Maserati.
I just hear the name Maserati. In fact, before we speak price, when you hear Maserati, what do you think of?
Luxury.
Absolutely. Maserati, for me, is a division of Ferrari. I think of Maserati, I think of shared technology with Ferrari. Why would I want to sell that? What do you think he's been offered? Under 100,000 kilos, immaculately well-maintained car. I've seen pictures of it. Beautiful. I look at this car, I see a 1.5, 2 million Rand car because I just see the beautiful trident badge of Maserati. What do you think he's been offered?
500?
Not even half. 230,000 Rand. He's the highest. The lowest offer I can't say because he swore so loud when he told us. 230,000 Rand. What does Neil do?
Keep it. There's no way you're going to replace that. You sell it for what?
Correct. Now, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now, I don't know when, you're going to have somebody say, oh my word, this car's got to be worth 700, 800, 1 million Rand. That car has lost all its value already.
Yeah, right now, definitely, yeah.
Now, what is interesting as well, servicing costs on a Maserati at face value. Expensive, ludicrously expensive, or middle of the range?
I think expensive. Face value, yeah.
However, there are people who specialize in Maseratis. When you're doing low kilos, all you need to replace is your oils, your filters, your brake pads. A car like that, nurture it, don't hammer it. For 230,000 Rand, Neil, I think you've got the most exceptional, good-looking car. Quattroporte, what does that stand for? Do you know?
No idea.
I hope I'm right. 4-seater.
Okay. So it's a Maserati 4-seater.
So Quattro is 4.
It's 4, yeah.
So when we think of Audi Quattro, 4-wheel drive.
So.
But in Italian, Quattroporte is 4-seaters. So you can take your wife and the 2 kids, even if they're from a different marriage, in your beautiful Maserati. Neil, I'm jealous. You got a beautiful car. Tebogo, your question is truly making me smile. 2005, Chevy Lumina V8, manual auto?
Manual.
100%. A V8 manual, 95,000 kilos, 2 questions. First one is easy to answer. Second one, we'll debate. He wants to know, is it a future classic? Yes or no?
Yes, I'd love to believe so.
He's wrong. It's a present classic.
Oh, okay.
You speak to anyone who's got a Chevy Lumina, that car's got a cult following. But what is crazy, again, what he's been offered on it, and I think it's superbly low. What do you think he's been offered on it? Under 100,000 kilos, the manual. Now, why the manual is so important here is most of them were automatic.
Yeah, I didn't even know there's a manual one.
Correct. So manual is rare. For me, that makes the value go up. Bearing in mind, I'm not a manual fan, but in that caliber of car, when you want to light up the rear wheels, what has he been offered?
Because it said low, I'm going to play it with 150.
A little bit higher, 230.
230.
But there are Chevy Luminas that are going for 450, 500,000 rand. Good looking car. You know the car. You said it's giving you no trouble. Keep or sell?
Keep.
We should actually change this section. Not selling. We should change to thinking of selling. No, not going to happen. Keep it. Beautiful, beautiful car. Go on to ChangeCars. Go onto any of the platforms. These things are selling today, approaching 400,000 rand. One of those cars, 6 months, 6 years, 10 years from now, you're going to say, oh my word, why didn't I keep it?
Yeah. I feel like if you're to sell it, you're going to live in regrets. Oh, I shouldn't have sold that car.
So to Bochel and to anyone watching, if you've got an old car that's got low mileage and the value that you're getting for it is minimal. Now remember, everything's relative. 230,000 rand. That's not a lot of money for me. Keep it, keep it, keep it. And again, got to say it. Wherever you want to sell it, look me in the eye. I want to negotiate.
Yeah, unless if you have a Volkswagen, the VR6, it's called a Vura. If you have that, or you have a E30 325i, sell it. To me though, no one else.
You speak about the VW VR6. Why has that car become just absolutely so iconic? The E30 325, the Shadow line, but the VR6 something else.
I love the engine. For me, it's the engine. The engine, that VR6 engine is, if I could have put
the noise it got.
The noise of it. I love it. That's one of the vehicles I'm definitely going to own. Definitely.
And the fact that nobody else but VW made the VR configuration.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Need advice? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Keep It or Change Cars tab.
So now we move on to the part of the show that we absolutely love, and it's a general. We are getting so many questions on general. Now, for me, what is general? It can be why are potholes are not being fixed? What is the right size of tires aftermarket? But I got a unique question this week, and I think you've also got a few.
Yeah.
What is a trade-in? If I say to you the term, what is a trade-in? What do you understand?
Well, to me, because I'm in the car space, it's like such an obvious question, but it actually isn't obvious. Trade-in basically is you taking in your car in,
right,
and then the value you get from that versus what you're looking at buying. So if your car is 200,000 rand and you want to buy a car that's 400,000 direct, instead of paying 400,000 rand for that car, you're going to pay 200,000 rand plus my trade-in value.
But what is interesting, if you think of it another way, I've got a vehicle. I want another vehicle. The only way I can buy the other vehicle is by getting rid of my old vehicle. Now I've got a few options. I can phone We Buy Cars, unbelievable business. I can phone Wheelie, unbelievable business. They offer me 150,000 rand for my car. I say, fantastic, I'm happy. I give it to you. I take my 150,000 rand. I've now got 150,000 rand in my pocket. I come to your fantastic garage. You want 350,000 rand for the car. I've got a 150 deposit. I'm going to finance a balance of 200,000, or I pay cash. But what happens, and this is something interesting. So now let's look at another scenario. I've got a car. I owe the bank 240,000 rand. The buying services that I mentioned, Wheelie, We Buy Cars, offer 200,000 rand. The garage I'm looking to buy from also says, sir, your car's only worth 200,000 rand. I'm short of 40,000 rand to settle the bank. Because remember, I have to settle the bank on my old car before I can buy a new car. What happens?
I don't know. Mind telling me.
So interesting. So you've got a couple of options. If you have the 40,000 rand cash, you can subsidize it. But most people won't have it. So you look at a new car for 350,000 rand. You owe 240,000 rand on your old car. You're getting 200,000. You're short 40,000. The new car that you are financing for 350 needs to go to 390. So the garage is charging you an extra 40,000 that they're using to settle that. But on this point, this is why it is so important. And when you buy a car up front, Make sure you're not adding useless extras. Make sure you're not taking a residual that is pushing your future settlement higher. But fundamentally, a trade-in is one of two things. It's either an asset, if it's fully paid off, or it's a potential liability if I owe more on it than what it's worth. I hope that's covered it. If it hasn't, go back to Nikki. He didn't speak enough.
So speaking about trade-ins, another thing is you spoke about your car and all of that. What is the importance, or what is resale value? Let's start with the term, what is resale value and what is the importance of resale value?
Interesting. So we all hear the term Toyota has got a wonderful resale value. Peugeot has got a horrible resale value. That is the perception.
Yeah.
Resale value is determined by supply and demand. If there's an incredible demand for Toyota Hiluxes, for Toyota Fortuners, what does it do? It pushes up the resale value. I buy a Peugeot. People say, why did you buy a Peugeot brand new? I come to sell it. How many people want second-hand Peugeots?
Not a lot of people.
There's 10 Peugeots available. 5 people want them. The price goes down. There's 10 Toyotas. 20 people want them. The price goes up. So in a nutshell, resale value is determined by supply and demand. We know there will be a demand for Toyotas. We know there will be a demand for Suzukis. We know there will be a demand for BMWs. There won't be a demand for certain French cars, certain Italian cars. So when we say resale value is how much I'm going to get for my car when I need to sell it, and the public, are they going to step in and say, I want to buy this man's car? Hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely helps.
Looking for a vehicle warranty? Look no further. ChangeCars has partnered with VAPS SA, proudly powered by King Price Insurance. ChangeCars, the brand the public trusts with good reason.
So sticking on finance, we've got another very interesting question, and people actually don't know. In your opinion, what is a maximum term that you can finance a car for? So I'm talking now brand new. I go to Westbank, I say, I want to finance this car for 60 months. We all know that's the norm.
5 years.
Absolutely tick the box. What is the maximum?
I could be wrong, but I saw a 96, if I'm mistaken, 96. Yeah.
96 months. So that is 8 years. So now think about this for a moment. A brand new car gives us all that absolute peace of mind. We love it. But would you like to pay off that car for the next 8 years?
It's definitely not, because by the time you're done paying it off, the car that you're driving has new versions of that car.
That car's either starting to give you trouble or you're absolutely tired of it.
Yeah.
So I've often said about a residual. A residual allows you to buy a car that you can't afford. 72 months or 6 years, in my opinion, should be your maximum. So let's separate it for a moment. What is the maximum? 96 months, 8 years, 84 months, 7 years, no problem. But in my opinion, the maximum that a buyer should consider is 6 years with no residual. Would you agree?
Yeah, mine is my personal one. 6 years, I understand it. There's people that do it, but my personal one, I've always grew up knowing that 5 years. My parents would say our car's finance 5 years, so it's always in here that 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. So even when I go and finance a vehicle, I want to cap it at 5 years. If I can't afford the vehicle at 5 years, then I'll wait until I can afford it. But 6 years is not too bad.
So if somebody says to you, your payments over 5 years will be 10,000. It's a little bit high. Over 6 years, it will be 9,200. Now I'm closer to where I need to be. And then they say, but did you know if we can do it over 84 months, it will come down to 8,500. Just do the calculation. 8.5 times 84 or 10,000 times 60. If I'm not 100% accurate, remember, I'm just thumb sucking it. Yeah. But the extra that you pay on interest will absolutely kill you. 5 years, ideal. 6 years, maximum. But remember, no
residual
or balloon, whatever they call it, it's the same thing and you hate it. You know why you hate it? Because we told you. You hate it. I promise you we're right on that.
We hate it. So never get a balloon, never get a residual. Please, if you do, we'll need to sort that out.
Unless it's a happy birthday balloon.
So a question that I got, right, is what is our obsession with Toyota? Our obsession and also the public's obsession with Toyota. With everything, buy a Toyota, do this, do that.
So for me, if I think of all the positives of Toyota, the first thing that comes to mind is reliability. Yeah. The second is resale value. The third is dealer network. So again, it's not a silly question, it's a fair question. But based on those three things, incredible resale value, incredible reliability, and incredible dealer network, what more of an obsession could you wish for? If I said to you, you live in a neighborhood that is well known for being safe, for being clean, and for being friendly, what would the obsession be with neighborhood A, B? I think we've just said it.
Exactly.
In your opinion, what do you think, other than what I said, why is Toyota so popular? Why do we as journalists, why do we as motoring people constantly recommend the incredible brand? And I have to call it an incredible brand, that is Toyota.
I think it's because the term incredible brand, they've earned it by being in the country, the certain things they've done in the country, how they position themselves, how they are also very customer-centric. So they deserve that. You can't say, not many manufacturers or brands can say that about them. So they've gotten that respect from the public hands. A lot of people love Toyota, besides those things that you mentioned, but it's well deserved, if I should say.
So let's go back a minute, and we spoke about when Nicky said he remembers growing up and his dad always said to him, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. That's stuck in your memory.
Yeah.
So 6 years, 7 years, 8 years seems too long. Well, somebody who grew up in the 80s and 90s, Toyota used to have a slogan. Don't know if you recall it or ever heard it. Everything keeps going right.
Wow.
So it was the most incredible slogan, and it was sung to a tune. And we're going to put it on the screen in a moment. Everything keeps going right, Toyota. Now, that has always stuck with me. In the last 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, prior to that or present, has Toyota ever given you an indication that their reliability is changing, or their future resale value,
No.
or their dealer network?
Not at all.
So to the person who asked, what is our obsession? You don't get a short answer. You got the long, definitive answer. Everything keeps going right, Toyota. I'll stick to that. Another incredible episode.
100%.
So 10 more questions. Keep them flowing. If you want to ask us, YAWA at changecars.co.za. We'll personally reply to you. We'll call you, and you might be one of the 350 people who get their question asked. Thanks for watching.
YAWA was brought to you by ChangeCars. Our name says it all.